Barry, can you tell me how important the critical national infrastructure piece has been in the UK Security Show?
It's paramount to what we do. You know, the threats are evolving, new technologies are evolving, and shows like this gives us the ability as people that work for organisations that are involved in CNI, and it varies from energy, finance, telecoms, brings a whole host of different people together, and also the manufacturers and the suppliers of equipment as well. And that gives us the ability to have an enriched conversation, both about the issues that we're all facing, about the technological achievements and developments that are developing as well, but also gives us the ability to network, build relationships a little bit more, with a view of after the show, the conversation shouldn't stop. And it's only by having shows like this that we can bring everybody together, really.
Now, we see a lot of small and medium enterprises here. Are they in a position to start to push out some of the bigger names in supporting critical national infrastructure requirements?
Yeah, and I think it's not pushing out the Prime. So yesterday morning I hosted the Prime and SME engagement sessions, and you know, I was really surprised at the level of conversation from the likes of Kinetic and Thales, where they're openly requesting SME environment to get involved with them, to knock on their door and talk to them about some of the real good developments that they're bringing to the table. And very often it's the SME companies that can innovate a little bit quicker than the bigger organisations. And the likes of Thales, BT and Kinetic recognise that, and they're reaching out. And it was fantastic to see the enriched conversations that they were having yesterday.
And the international delegations that have been coming through the show, how important has it been to see them?
Phenomenal. I had a couple of conversations with a few people last night as well. They have the same issues that we have, but because they're from different cultures, they approach it in a different way. And sometimes we can actually learn from them as well. So a lot of those delegations, I think there's 38 that are here over the 2 days, come here to try and see what we're doing. But we can learn a lot from them as well. We're fighting the same sort of challenges. We can learn from their innovations, but more importantly as well, I think for UK PLC, what a platform to be able to engage with 38 delegations, showcase what we're good at, and try and build those relationships even further going forward.
And what are the threats that keep you awake at night, and how important is this sort of environment for helping people understand them and deal with them?
Obviously, you know, terrorism has grown exponentially over the years, and if you look at the threats that have evolved, you know, some of the atrocities that we wouldn't even have thought about a few years ago, and now they're becoming daily or weekly occurrences. So terrorism is still a really big challenge for society as a whole, not only not just organisations, but also, you know, the cyber threat has been talked about for years now, but now we're starting to see conversations about real issues. Those conversations are starting to be talked about in the open rather than behind closed doors. And the big thing that really keeps me awake at night is those cyber events that we've seen, is when they actually start to be undertaken by terrorist groups or more subversive organised crime groups. And, you know, they're all professionals. We have to recognise that. You know, they have PowerPoints, they have strategic intent as well. We have to recognise that, and we have to innovate as fast as they're innovating as well, if we've got any chance of staying ahead. And we're doing some fantastic stuff. There's some big threats out there. We're doing some good stuff around managing and the defence against those threats, but we can't sit back. We've got to continue to think differently and make sure that we're doing our bit to keep society resilient as a whole.